Okay, so hello guys, it's me VVV Rantek from the VVV's Academy team, and I'm gonna be trying to review a replay which is a PVT from DreamHack Summer, which was played recently. It's Liquid Hack against PredY and or PredY, I don't know. I'm gonna call him PredY. This is my first video that I've made in English in my life, so I hope it doesn't go very horribly. And yeah, so I'm gonna just hit the play button. And my idea behind my videos, for those who don't know, it's like basically trying to watch two players and see their mistakes and what can we do better, and try to explain why they do the things that they do, so that the lower ranked players can learn and understand the game from another perspective. So here we see that PredY is getting is walling in his ramp, and he doesn't have gas yet. And here we see that Liquid Hawk is getting his gateway and his simulator as usual. He's scouting. He's gonna find PredY at the first try, and he's gonna see that PredY is walling off. He's gonna try to harass the SCVs. And if we go to the production tab, at this point both are continuously making workers, but PredY doesn't have gas yet, and who knows that? So Hack must be like expecting some sort of fast expansion. Also, the orbital was very late, and that's for no reason, not real reason. Yeah, I was thinking that maybe PredY would throw that CC before the orbital, but he didn't. So I don't understand the reason behind that. But anyway, Hack doesn't know that PredY doesn't have gas, so it could be like an all-in with SCVs and like 4 or 5 racks, or fast expo. And Hack has the usual Stalker first, one gas, kind of the typical Protoss thing. I'm gonna pause this because I want to explain something. If you don't know if the turret is expanding or not, you can always like sneak a probe here and let that probe parked here all game long, basically. So you know that if the turn expanded or not, and later on you can poke with the Stalker, but you should always have a probe here, because I mean, if he has bunkers and you come with a Stalker, you are gonna be behind in economically. So it's always good. It's always good to have another way to get information from the Terran player. And we can see now that PredY is still not getting gas. He's gonna keep making SCVs and Marines for a period of time, and we see that Hack is kind of boosting that first Stalker, and he's moving around the map with this probe. We can see that he wants to get to PredY's expansion eventually, but he's taking like a very long path to get to there. And there's a marine in the watchtower, so it's gonna be hard for him to sneak that probe into the expo. Anyway, this Stalker is out, and Hack has traveling his Nexus after the first Stalker. Nothing extremely unorthodox at this point. Both players are doing like what the meta game is at the moment, you know, trying to get a faster expansion. And here we see that PredY is getting more barracks. He still doesn't have gas. He probably wants some bunkers with Marines, because this is a timing where the Protoss can like forgate and stuff like that. And we will go to PredY's information. He knows that the Protoss is expanding, so I don't know. I mean, if you know that the Protoss is expanding, he cannot attack you. So yeah, I mean, maybe that's why he didn't add more bunkers. But yeah, he doesn't have more bunkers, and he's adding the gases now. So PredY's gonna go for a bio thing, And if we go to hack scam, he knows that PredY is going bio. So, and here we will see something that I don't agree with. Hack is gonna try to break the rocks, and as you can see, he's not spending the chrono boost on probes. If you know that the turn is expanding, you wanna spend the chrono boost in probes, because that way when you transfer your probes here, you're gonna have more, and then you're gonna have more workers than the turn player, and you will be able to like diminish the effect that the mule has in this matchup by having a lot of probes. But here we will see that Hack is getting his 5th gateway, and he's gonna try to put pressure on PredY, and he's saving chrono so that he can chrono these warp gates later on to add more units. But as we can see on the worker count, they are even, and with double orbital, I don't know, economically Hack is not in a good position. He's still breaking the rocks, and he's gonna start warping units here. And PredY is actually getting a tech lab with Steam, but we will see that he will add a Ghost Academy eventually, which I don't agree with. I mean, PredY doesn't have much information. He should scan the Protoss player's main to see if there's a 6 gate incoming, 5 gate, or if he's getting a robo. But I mean, PredY doesn't have any sort of intel on the Protoss player, and he's adding these bunkers like preemptively, which is a bad thing to do really. So yeah, this is bad for Hack. Hack showed his intention of pushing PredY, so we should expect PredY to move like 3 SCVs here, 3 SCVs here, and be ready to repair when this attack hits. Also, PredY should be getting concussive shell with another tech lab, and he should have had that done already by this point in the game. If we go to the harvester count, PredY is ahead, and as I said before, Hook was saving chrono to use on the warp gates instead of on the pros, and he's behind. He's gonna try to push right now, as we will see. And he's gonna do some damage. PredY should be rebuilding bunkers, like 2 more bunkers over here, because now Hack can come back and keep harassing him. And as I said before, this is just pure marine without a combat shield. He has a steam. Nope, he has not. I mean, he doesn't have this steam done. So Hack is gonna do the damage that he needs, and basically Hack went for a coin flip. I mean, he said, okay, I'm gonna put the pressure on the turret, I'm gonna hope that he doesn't have concussive and steam down. I'm gonna go there, I'm not gonna produce pros, I'm gonna get behind an economy, and hopefully I can do enough damage to the turret player, which is a very bad thing to do. You normally want to be maybe more passive, but have a plan that doesn't where you don't depend on your opponent being bad, you know. And here we see ghosts instead of concussive shells with marauders. This is kind of bad, because before the Terran can get those bunkers, the Protoss will keep harassing him, poking at least, and the Protoss player is gonna have enough time to get to, as we can see here, Colossi. So Protoss is buying time to get to Colossi, and to Chronoboost Pros we can see that he has 40 workers, so he's gonna be fine economically. But as I said before, due to the fact that the Terran didn't have concussive and didn't rebuild these bunkers, now Hack has got back into this game, and he's getting the tech that he needs to fight against this army from PredY, which is pure marine and ghost at this point. So this is gonna get really nasty in a couple of minutes. PredY is gonna move out right now. He's getting double gas here, and he's getting a third base as well. He's getting a starport tech, I guess he will do that. And yep, and a reactor. and he's moving out. He's checking the watchtowers, and this time he's gonna be very close to good, but PredY is playing from behind. He's gonna do an attack with a ton of marines, 6 marauders and 2 ghosts, and Hack already has a colossi, so as long as these silos can tank enough damage and cut as long as Hack can tank damage with these silos, he's gonna be fine. He must keep this colossi alive to kill the marines. That's all he needs. And he's spreading out the units so that the EMPs doesn't do that much damage. And as we can see, PredY failed that attack, and by failing that attack, I don't know. Let's go back. PredY went out of his base, getting a 3rd expansion, which means that PredY didn't have a big enough army. He was not going for a 2-base timing. He said, okay, I'm gonna expand, which usually means that you have to be defensive and be prepared for whatever the opponent is doing. And he said, I'm gonna be aggressive and I'm gonna expand. But in this case it didn't work, because he was playing from behind, since he wasn't able to defend Hack's early push cost effectively. So I don't know, that was like a very bad decision for PredY, and now Hack has an army advantage, has an economic advantage, and he has map control right now, so the Trump player is pretty much F at this point. We will see that Hack is gonna break his units here, and he's gonna start poking. He has to be careful though. Yep, with 2 colossi that's more than enough to go for this way, and he's gonna find the Terran's 3rd base. 2 Vikings popped out, no medivacs of course. So, I don't know. This replay is like a bad example of decision making. If you're gonna take a 3rd base and you're playing from behind, you definitely should not be aggressive. You have to defend, you have to get yourself back into the game, you have to get your macro going, you have to get your economy going. You cannot attack, you know? So, Hack basically coin flipped, saying, okay, I'm gonna take an expo, I'm not gonna make probes, and I'm gonna hope that the turn is bad enough to get behind and that kind of stuff. So I don't know, you could say that maybe Hack knew that there was a timing that he could hit, but seriously the turn did not defend very well, and he was behind, and then he was over aggressive without having economy, army and supply to do that. So I think that's it. This is PredY's fault to lose this game. This is not like Hack did something amazing, not at all. So bad played by PredY, and Hack knew how to come back to this game, and PredY just suicided what could have been an economic lead. He just went there and died. So this is my first video, and I hope that my English wasn't really bad. Anyway, I hope to see you guys another video. I'm gonna try to be improving my English though, but yeah, we will see with time what happens. So see you guys in another video, and post some comments. Bye bye.